What's up, YouTube? Let's talk about the latest controversy. Oh, it's not controversy, it's just hating at its fullest. mrbeast dropped a video called Building 100 Worlds in Africa. In this video, it's practically just straightforward and clear. It's building 100 worlds in Africa. He went to Africa, Uganda, Somalia, Kenya, Zimbabwe, even Cameroon. He went at those places and built wells. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing, but the internet, for some reason, some people were offended by the fact that mrbeast was doing charity. And I don't want to sound like a mrbeast deridder, but everything is just plain and clear. If you watch the video, it's just plain and clear. He went to Africa. He did more than just build walls. He actually built the facilities to store and distribute the water. And people found that wrong. They're saying that mrbeast was trying to portray a white hero kind of figure. More like he is being the Jesus of the African region, because the first video he made, it was more on the side of making shoes, giving shoes to kids in Africa, and that went wild. This time he's giving them water, and not everybody, I don't want to say everybody, a small community on Twitter. And I don't want to say it's white people only, even the brothers as well went mad. So let me give you my thoughts on this one as an African person, not just some random African American, just an African person. What mrbeast did is something great. He went to schools, he donated computers, he donated furniture for schools, he donated projectors, he provided the schools with sporting equipment, he donated balls and all that stuff, and I'm grateful for that. Somebody in the comments might say, no, mrbeast is this, mrbeast is that. There are a lot of people out there suffering and not having what you have. You might say that the government should provide all those facilities and things. Have you been to Africa before? The system doesn't work for everybody. It works for a certain majority, and the rest are there just to survive. I can say that. The working class, they have everything going on for them. People living in the cities, they gotta hustle, and people in the outskirts. I can say the video was directed to people in the backyards, the outskirts. Those people who can't receive simple things like transportation. He went to a certain village where he was building one of these controversial wells. He found out that there's a tiny bridge. I can just say it's twigs. There's a tiny twig bridge out there, and he decided to build them. A bridge that will last 100 years. I don't see something wrong with that. He ended up building a bridge for those people. Those people I can say people in the outskirts, be going through a lot of things. Transportation is one thing, health is one thing. If we talk about water, they gotta travel for miles and miles just to get a few drops of water. If it's not in the rainy season, then yeah, they gotta suffer like that. So mrbeast targeted one thing, and at the same time he handled a few things out of this. 500,000 people benefited from this program, and I don't find that wrong. I'm actually grateful for that. He went to Zimbabwe. He built a well. He built a tank where they could store water at a hospital, for crying out loud. Then there's just some random white lad and some random black man deciding to bash mrbeast, talking about, no, Africa can serve itself, Africa can do that. And it's not Africa. He just went to, I don't know, 5 countries and decided to provide them with just basic needs, basic essentials. He doesn't benefit from these videos. He just creates these videos for helping people. Mr. Beast helps people. Yeah. Mr. Beast helps people, and that's it. That's what he does. But what I've noticed is that this Twitter community, it's just random haters who don't even know where Mr. Beast started from. They just hate him because he's white. Because most of the hate comments I've seen on Twitter, it's just random lads talking about Mr. Beast trying to be a Messiah. I can say a Messiah figure, Messianic figure, yeah, helping Africa. But let's just look at it from this perspective. He's a man helping other people. Another man lending another man hand. Lending another man his hand for help. Simple as that. There's nothing controversial. That's one thing I've noticed. There's nothing controversial. The people of Africa, the schools he went to, the villages he went through, they were all welcoming. They were actually thankful that he even showed up. But no, some random Carl out there, didn't mean to do that, but some random Carl or some random Darren or Shanquel or James decided to go on Twitter and just bash people in Europe and the West. Okay, let me just say the Western Hemisphere. That they have everything settled. Yeah, even if they complain that the government is what, it's simple things like you talk about going through a struggle is called depression. Those people in the 7 villages you went through, they don't know what depression is. I don't want to sound like a bad person, but that's just the truth. You go through the minuscule levels of suffering. Actually, emotionally, you have everything. You have the facilities there. You are living in paradise. That's why you see majority of Africans that are willing to get on boats, risk their lives, go to Europe, and they're back in Europe. They're set up in refugee camps, or there's one place in New York, that's America. There's one place in New York where it's just like a random abandoned hotel where they just throw people there. There's too many people, and some people are just sleeping on the streets. That's crazy. Think about that. And just one white man decides to pull up in Africa, build people wells, and you are not happy. I can say one thing. You're not happy because he's doing the things that you're failing to do. Just be happy for the people he's helped and for the deeds he's doing. Simple as that. He's not doing it for money. He's not doing it for fame. Mr. Beast has 200 million. He can be doing some of the wildest BS out there, but he decides to help others. Change. I think that's it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share. I'd appreciate that. Peace.